morning, Rabotai. Chanuka Sameach. Now that Chanuka is coming to an end and we won't be lighting the Nerot Chanuka anymore this evening, Maran Shulchan Aruch at the end of Siman Tafresh Ayin Zayin brings down that any oil that's left over, any oil or wicks that are left over from the mitzvah are not allowed to be used for any other mundane purpose. You have to burn them on their own. You have to make them a medura, make them its own bonfire, take the oil and the wicks, burn it by itself, and let it turn to ash and be destroyed. You can't use it even for any other mitzvah purpose. Since it was huktzah mitzvato, it was designated for its mitzvah. It can't be used for anything else. This is only when the oil and wicks are left over from candles that went out during the initial half hour of being lit. After a half hour of being lit, it all becomes chulin. It's mutar to use for whatever you want. But if you have any oil or wicks left over from Chanuka that went out during the original half hour that they were lit, that's when this halacha applies. So much so that Maran Shulchan Aruch contradicts himself between Orach Chaim Siman Tafresh Ayin Zayin and Yoreh De'ah Siman Tzaditet, where he says two different things. What happens if you have some of this oil that's left over from the Nerot Chanukah and it mixes into other oil and you don't have shishim? You don't have 60 times that oil that fell in. In Orach Chaim, in Ilchot Chanukah, Maran says everything's asur. You're stuck. Whereas in Yoreh De'ah, which the halacha follows, the Pri Chadash, Pri Tuar say that's the real halacha. The halacha is like he says in Yoreh De'ah, even if there's no shishim, you can add more oil in order to be mevatel until there's 60 times the amount of the oil of Chanukah that fell in over there. So even if it became asur, since it's only an isur d'Rabbanan, you're allowed to take more regular oil and add it so that it becomes nullified by a ratio of 1:60, even though it wasn't that way when it fell in originally. Although Maran contradicts himself, there are various answers to explain why Maran says that. But in any event, the halacha is like he says in Yoreh De'ah, that you are able to add, it's not all asur, you can add more in order to nullify it by that ratio. Have a wonderful day, and Chanukah Sameach.